All right, welcome back. Let's take a look at the recent changes in the 135. We got several different angles at once going here. I'll give you a good preview of what we have in this upload. You see the master shot there on the top with 3 different angles. We'll get some pretty good looks at the fish here in this video. First things first though, I want to talk about the changes that I've made. I've moved the rocks closer to the middle. I've added those 3 seashell things. I'm not exactly sure what they are. They were a gift, but they look good in the tank. And I made a kind of like a jungle there with the artificial plants. And I may or may not have talked about this in a previous video, but I have a sponge filter in the center there, and I've been really impressed with how much it helps in terms of minimizing how much maintenance I have to do, and it really clears up the water. Plus, also does the job of an air stone by moving the water upwards. So I'm a big fan of sponge filters as an extra filter in addition to canisters. We're going to look at some of the fish here. We got my Taiwan reef there, which is a Haplochromis, and that's actually another Taiwan reef there on the top, but I think that's a female and she doesn't show her color anymore. See, the rocks are a little bit closer to the center. I kind of stack them in a way that there's kind of passageways through the middle of them so the fish can swim in and out of them. But I wanted a little bit less clutter on the edges so the fish can kind of go around the perimeter of the tank. That jungle has done a nice job too, as kind of just like an area for the fish to hide. Plus, these guys were not tolerating real plants. I had some Anubias in here for a while, but they started to dig them up and destroy them. They didn't like the new feeding schedule, I guess, that I gave them. Because I used to feed them every day, and then it became every other day, and they tore up all the plants, so that might have been the reason. Got a wave maker on the bottom and on the top. Does a great job just keeping things circulated. We're getting a closer look here. By the way, the wave makers all work on timers. I'll show how that's set up in another video. We saw the red empress right there, another hap, just kind of nip at the Taiwan reef. Haven't had much trouble with aggression though in this tank. It's been pretty docile for the most part. I've been pretty lucky. No real incidents, or very rarely. There's one of my OBs right there. Really nice fish right there. Named him Cotton Candy. There right there is Mellow Yellow. Another OB, Orange Blotch Cichlid. Mostly peacocks in here. There's some haps as well. Mbuna right there. That yellow one that just swam by used to be blue and became yellow. And then this one looked exactly like it looks now for a while, then became all black and stopped showing its color. Everything was just dormant for a while, and then now the colors are back. Same thing with this one, although this one used to show red as well. So it's interesting how it's just according to a fish's mood or confidence or the environment it's in determines how its colors, what its phenotypes are, what it shows. What else we got in here? We have my Venustus, probably the biggest, strongest fish in there. Although he's not been bullying anyone, he holds his own, but he's not really hunting anyone or attacking anyone. There's a beautiful OB right there, one of the nicest I've ever seen. Although this fish is not growing that much, I think he's almost full grown. He's just not a very large fish. Getting a look here at my dragon peacock, Alunucara. There's lots of common names for these. There's so many I can't even keep track. I just call him a dragon, and I know he's an Alunucara. Another OB right there, that is Jules. He's kind of buddied up with me. He likes to nibble on my finger. Getting a look at my yellow lab right there, Lemon Drop. We're going to come back to her, though, in a minute. Take a look down here in the lower left. That's actually an electric blue. Another one of those examples of a fish that's not showing its color anymore. It's been about a year since he's actually been blue. This one, on the other hand, that's Sub-Zero. Another one of my favorites. He is not shy at all about showing his bright blue. Really beautiful fish. Another hap. Another one of my peacocks right here. That's Sherbert. Now, some of you didn't understand me when I said yellow labs can act kind of weird. I want you to look at my yellow lab right there in the middle. And this is what I mean. None of my other fish do things like this. It's just some kind of, I don't know if it's some kind of chirping noise that the fish make and only they can hear it, or maybe you have to be in the water, and obviously we can't hear outside the tank. But this is what I'm talking about. You see him do things like this, or her do things like this, and none of the other fish act this way. So when I say they act different, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. There's a few examples of just little quirky types of behavior. They don't follow the patterns and they don't really follow suit with what the other cichlids are doing. But thankfully, no one attacks them or anything like that. So overall, this tank really has been a joy to watch and to do the maintenance on. There's been very little aggression. I don't have to do that much maintenance to keep it going thanks to the filtration. It's been pretty easy to maintain. Sometimes the bigger the tank, the easier things get. So comment below on this video, and if you have any topics you want me to cover, or if you want to see more of something else, please let me know, and I'll do my best to upload something on the subject. So thanks as always for watching. I will let the remainder of the video footage play without comments, and we will see you next time.